Robbie?
Currently, we're at 569 calls of service for the year, and one of our full-time paramedics signed his full-time status with wouldn't stay with us as part-time. So I posted that in-house, and we'll see what happens. We may come back next meeting and advertise for the position, but like I said, we got it in-house now.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
I've been approached by the Partnering Coalition, which they do a huge focus on drug abuse and recovery. But they are working to have our county and city designated as a safe community. And there is an emergency management part of that. There's a lot of conditions that have to be met in order to get that designation. So I'm going to be working with them and see how that goes. The court may get be approached. They do need funds for filing their application fee. So there may be an approach to both the court and the city for assistance with that. I believe it's $1,500 to apply. And that's all I have to say.
You want to talk about FEMA a little bit yesterday?
Sure. We had representatives from the state, from FEMA, from the Transportation Cabinet, and myself and David and Kimmy went around the county yesterday looking at some of the road damage resulting from the February rains. So it sounds like we're in a pretty good position to get
Very possible, yeah.
even for some of the projects that have already been completed.
Yes, we might get some reimbursement for what we've done, like on Roller Knob and, what's the other one, Gene Hunt? If it, looks like it could be possible we get reimbursed, so that'd be good, that'd be real good.
I was talking to a county judge today, and they've been working on this, and they've got over $250,000 they've spent themselves that FEMA is still 2.5 years back, not paid them, so.
Yeah, it is a huge log, it is, it really is.
It's unbelievable.
But you just gotta be patient,
Yeah, patient, careful.
I had to talk with Alex this past week. You know if he got out to any of the other sirens that were not working?
I have not spoken with Alex, but I have been doing some research and with some other counties, and we have some options that we're going to be looking at for getting those signs replaced possibly.
I know there's
The
possible
question is,
grant.
do we want to invest a whole hundreds of thousands to do repairs if we can get some reimbursement?
I know he was gonna try to rob some parts off some other equipment or borrow a few parts and possibly get us till we found out on this other information, so I'll try to touch base with him.
I have a contact at the state level who's on perhaps getting a 50% match.
It'd be great.
And I got a report.
Hopefully there'll be more information soon.
So I've had some constituents call this week about, of course, we're in tornado season and I want to just kind of stay on top of it if we can.
And I got a report that gravel switch is not working. The siren air is not working too.
So has any regular maintenance been done to those?
Well, I'm not aware of how often Alex goes around. We did a warning first of the month on the state day, and I know Loretta's not working, gravel switch.
St. Joe.
Well, it sounds like outside looking in, it sounds like we're always kind of jumping around and not sure exactly what's going on with the siren. So it sounds like that it might be a good idea for, if it's Alex or whoever, to go up to each site to check it out, to identify the problems, and then address it from there. Because the fact is that they're not working, but you don't know why they're not working. Could be a speaker driver, could be a bad battery.
I've talked to them. They've been, the thing is, you're throwing money at a speaker's $1,200, and if you can get a grant for $6 to replace the whole speaker, then why are we?
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, I agree with you, but if you don't get the grant, my point is, if we're gonna use it, I mean, we ought to find out what's wrong with them and see what it is, because a lot of times, they run off backup battery and they charge. A lot of times it's a battery issue, it's a connector issue, it could be an RF issue. I mean, as Gary knows, so.
I'm aware that some parts are not even available. Some of the parts that we need.
Pretty obsolete. So, Nelson County, they done theirs, they do 1 or 2 a year until they got them all up and going good.
Yeah, Hardin County does the same
They did the
thing.
same thing. So, we're to the point where we might have to look at doing something like that.
I think if we can, and usually those grants are very successful. as
They
far as
are.
applying.
We talked to Vicki Sanderson yesterday with EM, and
Yeah.
she's gonna help us try to get some grant money.
She's working on that. And I've been in contact with emergency management in Nelson County to approve it. So I kind of know how they got their money and how they went about it. So
Okay.
I think that's it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Laura. Kate?
Preliminary on the package, got a copy of the check. I don't know how I want to use the window donation check for the COVID treatment of the dog. The other $1,196 I'd like to use for the spay and neuter vouchers, shelter for Marion, Washington County residents.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes.
Who said that?
Bishop? Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Cole? Mr. Caldwell? Yes.
Also, I have on here, civil request that if possible, any favor from part-time to full-time. Some of the reasons are listed.
You see the current, you're talking about the current part-time employee? So right now you've got yourself, you've got, okay. The only question I've got in regards to that is that we're fortunate that we get to utilize the inmates to help clean the shelters and so forth, feed the animals, walk the animals, so on and so forth. 4 per day? You knew what I was going to ask. How long are they there?
They're there the same amount of hours that we are,
So from what, 8 till,
8 before that.
so you pick them up at 7:45 and you drop them off at,
We pick up 8:30, feel how it takes to get them out of the day to work, so they're there till we leave in action.
and that's the only concern I have.
Yeah.
Is that we've got 2 full-time, which I understand that you're busy as heck. Washington County, of course, has increased the amount of animals they're bringing over, which we're dealing with that. But the other issue is that you've got yourself, and then when you're out, you've got a part-time individual who's there 20 hours a week or so, but yet you've got inmates there 8 hours a day.
Correct.
So outside looking in, I'm not sure how you can correctly watch those inmates in the manner that Jailer Brady has provided training for and so forth. I know you have a camera system, but at the same time that she's on the phone, I know, setting up adoption, so forth, taking calls. So if your part-timer leaves in 4 hours, that just doesn't sound like would you agree? I mean, that just doesn't sound like a real good position to be in, because if we're very fortunate to have the inmates. That's saving us a ton of money, okay? But if we're going to utilize them, we need to make sure that,
And my goal, I want to have them better supervised. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're not supervised, but I want them, one of us can move around with them more if we've got, more help.
well, plus the other thing is, you got to take consideration, you've got, of course, both you get vacation, sick days and so forth, and you're open 7 hours.
7 days a week.
Or 7 days a week, So I guess my point is that I think it would be advantageous from an operational standpoint, from a safety standpoint, from a security standpoint, if the court did move forward, or at least looked at, if she, from what I understand, she's an excellent employee, is that correct?
Would you say?
Your current part-time employee is an excellent employee, correct? So I would suggest the court that we move forward and really mandate that individual or make sure that the inmates are managed in the way they should be. Plus,
Also, also on the call things, if possible, anytime we go out on call, I try to go double up, if possible. I mean, just for safety reasons, we're just here in town, most time, but if we're going somewhere we don't know, no cell phone service, I do try to double up on those calls.
You don't get very many after hours calls, do you? Like,
After hours,
yeah. I mean, if it's a barking dog, we don't go out on barking dogs.
Only an emergency, if it's been hit or, it's attacked somebody, but as far as just, it's barking, we take care of it the following day.
well, I think with the growth of the shelter and so forth, and as much, if you're using 4 inmates, 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, I just think from an overall operational safety standpoint, we're a lot better off making sure that we've got those inmates managed, and for our employees and for the inmates, to make sure everybody's good. So, but I'd make a motion that we move her from part-time to full-time.
The part, we'll have to, the wage, get it all figured out as far as.
Well, I think what I'd like to see us do is make the motion to go ahead and move forward with it, but then you're correct. We would have to.
Details.
That's correct. We'd have to work out the wage and so forth, once we've approved to hire, so.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Mr. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Anything else, Kay?
Thank you.
We've got some things coming up for April. We've got an expungement theater that's going to take place in our office on the 15th, starting at 3 o'clock. So if you know somebody that can benefit from that, have them come see us. We're trying to get people registered. They don't have to be. We're trying to get people registered so that if we need an additional attorney to come, we can petition for one of those. So we had a great turnout the last time, and I think it was beneficial to everybody. So we've got some dog fairs coming up next month, and the report I gave you is just the traffic for February. We try to get those out. Any questions for me?
You did a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Lisa, we gonna be able to do this executive session, or you wanna?
Yes.
We gotta
Need a motion for the
come out of regular session and go into executive
motion
session.
to close the regular session this time and go into executive session.
Per KRS 61.8101C, discussion of pending litigation of the column issues.
Convene in the regular scheduled meeting with no action taken. Second.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Got payment of the bills with additions.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Addition.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Fogel?
Yes.
Any old business or new business?
I get new business. Like to use $250 to Glasscock School, and this is to buy supplies for their student showcase. And also I want to spend $250 to Marion County Middle School softball.
I'd like to add $250 to the middle school softball as well. How about we do this in two separate motions? Motion to approve $250 to the Glasscock School.
Okay. Second, or what'd you got it?
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Mr. Fogel? Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
All right. And then you have a motion, you made a motion for Marion County Middle School
School
baseball, softball for $250. I'd like to add $250 to that.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
I've got a couple of things real quick. I think all of us know the Marion County Head Start program, it's Child Abuse Awareness Month, and we have an excellent Head Start program here in Marion County. Pam Smith does a tremendous job. We're very fortunate to have it. Each year for the last 3 years, we have provided them with some funds to help them on this program. Usually, I think last year it was $2,000, and they buy T-shirts as well as they're also going to be buying gas cards and so forth to help out some disadvantaged youth so that they can get to treatments and so forth. But I would like to see if any of the court members would like to donate some of their community project funds for that cause.
Yeah, what are
Well,
you,
we're trying to come up with $2,000 is what we're trying to come up with, so whatever you guys do, I'll cover the other.
I can do 500 to help on it.
Thank you. Mr. Bishop.
I'll give him 500 also.
I'll give 200.
And then I'll give the 800 remaining to make up for the $2,000. That's a motion.
Second.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes. Thank you, guys. It's an excellent program. If you get a chance, you ought to stop down there and check it out. It's amazing. But last thing on my list is that the Marion County Handicap Association, Marion County Industries, it's, again, we're very fortunate here in Marion County. It is a tremendous program. Mr. Billy Martin Osborne oversees that, does a tremendous job. We, as you know, we paved the road out there to the housing, I guess, a few years back. They have now built a second house, and I would like to see if, I would like to have approved for the county to pave that road as well for them so that they have solid access in and out for the second.
Was it an offshoot of the,
Yeah, you know how you come in on the first house, and they built the
What's the name of that
Brussels?
road? What's Believer's Way? Is that what that is?
Yeah, something.
It's about, what,
Blaine.
35, 40 foot?
Probably that or a little more, but anyhow, so it goes out to the first one at dead ends. They built a pavilion. If you ride out there, it's really nice, but matter of fact, Mr. Billy Martin Osborne built it, but they built a little pavilion for them in between the two houses. So they built a second house, and what we're talking about is extending the asphalt or the driveway to the end of the second house.
okay, I thought the second, anyway,
Yeah,
I
so,
didn't understand which house was which, so.
so I would like to make a motion to add that to our paving list if possible.
Second it.
Thank you.
Mr. Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Mr. Vogel?
Yes.
Mr. Caldwell?
Yes.
Jimmy, if you'd like sometime, give me, like maybe this Friday early, 6:37, whatever, give me a call and we can ride out there and show, but it's not very long. It's just make it a lot easier.
I think Lee Tree is going to cut this tree Sunday.
Sunday.
Weather's permitting. He will have that road partially blocked here on Martin Luther King. But he said probably 4 or 5 hours they'll have it cut, cleaned up, and out of the way.
You got that taken care of for the, okay. All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim.
10 more years.
Anybody else got anything?
No, thank you all.
Did we pay the bills?
We paid the bills with
Paid the
additions.
bills.